I'm going to show you the 6 different ways that we store our firewood right here on this homestead. And I hope that this inspires you or at least gives you some ideas on how you can do this at your house or your homestead. All this firewood right here, this is our main pile of firewood. This is what we use to heat our home. This gets us through the year, generally speaking. And what I did was I took long pallets. These are 12 feet in length right here, and there's 2 of them. So it's 4 by 12 and 4 by 12. And that means you can store approximately 3 full cords of firewood. One here, one kind of in this middle section right here, and then one over on the end. And what I do is I use this metal roofing instead of a tarp. Metal roofing seems to work a lot better than tarps in my experience. Then I just put some older wood that's not great for burning in the house on top of it, and that keeps it from blowing away in the wind. We keep this firewood off to the back side of our yard over on the edge, kind of by the woods as you can see here, because if we pan this way back toward our house, it's over there. So it's not too far of a walk. To get our firewood over there, we use an otter sled or a little metal cart that we pull back toward the house. About a month or 2 ago, I built this little covered porch, which is nice because what I can do here is store a little bit of extra firewood just in case. A couple years ago, I got sick with COVID, my wife got sick with COVID, and we did not enjoy going all the way over to the wood pile when we were feeling sick with fevers. I was too stubborn to turn on the furnace in our house. I wanted to save money. I still wanted that really warm wood heat circulating in our home. So having something like this really close to your house with a roof is a big blessing because you can go out there in your slippers or your Crocs or even barefoot if you're fast, and you stay out of the elements and you don't need to cover this wood behind me. Now we're walking up to the deck and you can see this face cord of wood right over here. Pay attention to that door and the wood stove up there. And from the deck you can see the wood pile. That's our main pile that we bring things around. So what I like to do is take the firewood right here, bring it through the door over here. It's obviously really close, so it works well. It's very efficient. And then our wood stove, as you can see, the pipe over there. Built this using scrap lumber. It's exactly 8 feet long, approximately 4 feet high, which is how we know we have a full face cord right there. And I use these 45 pieces right there. It's about 18 inches deep behind it so that I don't wreck my siding in case I get a little too excited when I'm putting this wood on here. I put a big piece of cardboard back here to protect the siding a little bit more. This is just cheap vinyl siding. It cracks really easy. I haven't had any problems yet with these vertical boards over here. The one you can see right there. I haven't had any problems with them bowing out from the pressure of the firewood. That 45 helps. Of course, that one does over there. However, if you do have issues with that, one solution, other than taking a board and going across the top, that would work as well. An easier, cheaper solution is just take some wire you have and take the wire from here, cinch it around there, go around to this side over here, pull it tight, and tie it off on that side. That'll keep both ends from bowing out. We live in river bottom territory. We're up on a hill now by the house, but generally all around us, all of our acres are basically floodplain river bottom, which means that they're really mature trees, most of them, but that also means that they're old, limbs fall, trees tip over. We've had a tornado come through before, not here, but close by, and they produce winds that have knocked entire trees over on our property. So we like to utilize those trees for many things. And one of the ways we utilize the tree is when it does fall over, instead of cutting standing timber, we like to use the ones that have already fallen over. So because of that, we have trees that have fallen over, and instead of cutting up the tree and putting it up by the house right away, sometimes I just keep the logs where I find them in between trees. And then I just take the log splitter, pull it behind the truck or the four-wheeler, go down the hill to the river or wherever we happen to be, and kind of take care of it right there when I get the chance. Some of the trees I leave laying on the ground long enough for the roots to really dry up. Then I can actually pull the tree out with my truck. You wouldn't think you can do that, especially on a big oak tree like you see right here. But in this particular example, I left that tree sitting there for 2 years and it dried up enough where I could actually pull out the tree with my pickup truck. The taproot and everything comes out with it. Another firewood storage place is right here down by our fire pit. Now this wood right here is mostly pine. Some of it's aspen, even though I like using aspen, or popple as some people call it, in the house. I really like using that actually. A lot of this can be white birch as well. White birch tends to not burn as well, and it's got a lot of issues inside the wood stove, or at least it can. So I like to burn that type of firewood, pine, white birch. Some of the softer woods in our fire pit outside to enjoy when friends and family come over, rather than using really expensive wood like oak, hard maple, stuff like that outside in the fire pit. We also use this wood when we do maple syrup in the spring. We use this cheaper type wood to burn because we make maple syrup on an open fire pit. You can see over here, it is winter now, but this is a fire pit that we use, some chairs over there, it's very close. This is a bit of an eyesore, but we got way ahead on our wood that we need to heat our house this year, so much so that I didn't even have time to split it all. This is twice as much wood that we need to heat our house. So what I have underneath this big black plastic sheet is a whole bunch of wood that we're gonna get ahead on for next winter. We're a year away from having to burn this wood, and this is just wood in log pieces that are ready to be split at any time. The reason why this plastic sheeting is on top is because in the winter time, when I have more time and I'm more available to do things, I'm gonna actually remove this, take the logs out and split them little by little as I have time. And so instead of having to chip away the ice and remove snow, take out the sledgehammer and break the logs apart, it's a lot easier just pushing some snow off this black sheet, removing it, or at least a section of it, and taking a few logs out at a time. That way, little by little, you can have a lot of wood split and accomplished even before springtime comes, so you're ahead of the game for the following winter. All I'd really need to do is pull this back, and you can see there are huge pieces of firewood underneath there that need to be split. And that goes back for, goodness, I'd like to say 20, 25 feet all the way back up here to this big pine tree over here. And you can even see some wood sticking out the end. If you have extra firewood like we do like this, don't feel pressured to get it all split that winter. Just kind of bundle it up or put it in one general area, cover it, and then you can work at it little by little that winter. And again, that sheet is really going to help because just push the snow off, remove it, start splitting. You can cover it back up if you want to, or if you have a place to put your split wood to stack it and dry over the summer, that's probably even better. However, you want to have something like this, and there's nothing wrong with keeping piles of wood that are not split yet. I think sometimes we feel like we need to have everything done before winter, and in the fall as homesteaders, at least here, with hunting and harvesting your food from your garden, preserving it, getting ready for the holiday. There's just a lot going on in the fall. It's a very, very busy time for homesteaders. So this is a good way just to take 10 minutes, cover it up, walk away, worry about it when you have time. And in our case, and probably yours too, that would be the winter when things really start to slow down and life is a little bit more calm. If you want to increase your quality of life by making it simple, make sure you subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. I'm going to teach you how to make your life simple so your life improves and it gets better. Get out of the rat race, get into the country, grow some food, heat your house with wood. It's a good blessing. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.